Welcome to The Explainer. So, let's jump right into it, shall we? Today, we're decoding the hidden practices of Kenyan internet service providers. Seriously, if you've ever felt like your home Wi-Fi just isn't giving you the performance you're actually paying for, well, you are in exactly the right place. We're going to look at the hard facts, the hidden terms, and the actual data to build you an insider's playbook. The goal? Making sure you finally get the internet speed you deserve.
We all know this highly relatable monthly moment, right? Your phone lights up with that familiar M-Pesa notification. The $2,999 or $3,999 is deducted. You pay it, the internet kicks back on, and you just move on with your life. You assume everything's working perfectly, but is it? Really? What are providers like Safaricom, Zuku, Faiba, or Airtel actually delivering for that exact amount of money?
Look, most of us just pay the bill and move on. Nobody reads the terms and conditions. But if you look closely at the data and those underlying contracts, you'll uncover some very specific mechanisms your provider is using behind the scenes. And honestly, these are mechanics they're actively counting on you never fully understanding. Well, time's up. It's time you knew about the fine print behind that monthly M-Pesa deduction.
Section 1. The Unlimited Illusion and FOOPs. Okay, let's start with literally one of the most powerful marketing words in the Kenyan home fiber market, unlimited. It sounds absolutely amazing on a billboard, but you really need to notice this critical concept, the Fair Usage Policy, or FUP. So what does this actually mean? It means your so-called unlimited data actually has a strict hidden ceiling. Yep, the very moment your household crosses that specific amount of data usage, your provider deliberately throttles. They drastically slow down your internet speed for the rest of the billing month. So it's unlimited in time, sure, but definitely not in high-speed capacity.
Let's look at the actual numbers to see just how aggressive this can be. For example, back in April 2026, Safaricom silently dropped their bronze package FUP cap from a super generous 15 terabytes all the way down to just 1.5 terabytes. Guys, that is a massive 90% reduction. And it was done without a press release, without a courtesy SMS notification, nothing. If you have kids gaming or if you're working from home doing video calls all day, you could easily hit that 1.5 terabyte ceiling in under 2 weeks. And the result? Your speeds drop down to a sluggish 4 megabits per second for the entire rest of the month. Ouch.
Section 2. Where your speed goes.
Moving on to another universally shared frustration. Have you ever noticed how your connection is absolutely flawless at, say, 10 a.m. on a Tuesday, but then by 8 p.m., right when you want to stream a movie or catch a football match, it's just endless buffering? Well, this brilliantly illustrates network congestion. It happens simply because ISPs sell way more bandwidth than their infrastructure can physically deliver when everyone gets home from work and logs on at the exact same time.
So, the crucial mechanism behind all this buffering is the standard 1-to-4 contention ratio. Most home fiber connections in Kenya are shared lines. They're not dedicated exclusively to your house. Because you're sharing a connection with multiple households, your actual speeds can legally drop to just 25% of what you're actually paying for during those heavy traffic peak times. And yes, brace yourself, this is completely within the terms of your contract.
Section 3. Optimizing your setup. Now, before we start escalating complaints and yelling at our providers, we kind of need to look closer to home, because there are a couple of common user errors happening right inside your own house that could be severely bottlenecking your connection. First things first, we need to make absolutely sure you're paying for the right speed tier. You've got to evaluate your actual household needs rather than just guessing. I mean, do you truly need a 60 megabits per second package for heavy gaming and 4K streaming, or is a 5 to 10 megabits per second package for basic WhatsApp and YouTube actually perfectly fine for you? You'd be surprised how many people overpay for speeds they never use or underpay and constantly trigger those FUP limits we talked about. So take a minute and audit your actual usage.
Second, and this is a big one, bad router placement might literally be destroying your signal. Putting your router on the floor, behind a couch, or, burying it in a corner room behind those really common, thick Kenyan concrete and stone walls, it means your Wi-Fi signal is getting absolutely crushed. Think about it. Wi-Fi broadcasts in a circle, in all directions. So a corner placement means you're quite literally broadcasting half of your paid internet signal right out into the street.
Fortunately, the completely free fix here is super simple. Just move your router to an open, elevated spot right in the center of your home. And keep it away from microwaves and cordless phones. But hey, if you have a larger house with lots of concrete walls separating the rooms, a mesh Wi-Fi system is definitely the way to go. It's just architecturally far superior to buying those cheap Wi-Fi extenders.
Actually, scratch that. Those extenders are terrible. They literally cut your bandwidth in half when they rebroadcast the signal.
Section 4. The new market shift.
All right, we've reached a major turning point. The Kenyan home internet market has shifted so dramatically recently, and guess what? You now have some seriously powerful alternatives. Providers like Airtel Xstream and Savanna Fibre are aggressively entering the market with highly competitive speeds and pricing. I mean, Savanna is offering 100 megabits per second for just 2,000 shillings in certain zones. Then, of course, there's Starlink, offering 50 to 200 megabits per second with absolutely no FUP. Plus, it avoids local network congestion entirely because, well, the signal comes from space. So, what does this all mean for us? It means that for the first time in years, you actually have real, powerful choices.
Section 5. How to fight back. Okay, armed with this brand new knowledge of your home setup and the totally competitive landscape, it's time to take action. If your evening speeds are consistently terrible, you need to bypass those frontline customer service scripts. They're just reading off a screen. Instead, take these exact steps. Step 1, run speed tests on fast.com in the morning and the evening and take screenshots. Step 2, call your provider and specifically ask to be escalated to the technical fault team. Those are the people who actually have diagnostic access to your line. And step 3, if that fails after 2 attempts, go ahead and file a formal complaint with the Communications Authority of Kenya.
And when you make that call, use this exact regulatory level phrasing. Say, I have documented speeds consistently below what I am paying for. I am not receiving the service level I am paying for. Why say it exactly like that? Because ISPs respond entirely differently to complaints that are backed by hard, screenshot evidence and strict regulatory language. You aren't just calling to complain anymore. You are calling with undeniable proof. It's a real game changer.
Finally, let's talk about building your negotiation power. Look, in a competitive market, your business has real tangible value. So here's what you do. Step 1, know the competitor prices in your specific area. Step 2, call your provider's retention or loyalty team. Step 3, calmly cite those specific competitor offers. Mention Airtel or Savanna. By clearly signaling that you're evaluating real alternatives, you suddenly open the door to speed upgrades, waived fees, or even temporary discounts.
So, to wrap things up, here's a quick summary of the 7-step action plan. These are actionable, completely free steps that put you back in the driver's seat. Check those hidden FOOPs, document your peak hour speeds, leverage this massive market shift we just talked about, audit what speed tier you actually need, elevate that router off the floor, use the correct escalation phrasing with customer service, and finally, negotiate your monthly bill.
I'm going to leave you with this final thought for the very next time that M-Pesa deduction hits. Are you absolutely certain you're getting what you pay for? To Saidiana, let's help each other out. Share this explainer with someone you know who's struggling with their home connection so they can finally stop overpaying and take back control of their internet. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and thanks so much for joining me today.